I am your host, Fat Dag. You're listening to Wise Advice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at fatdag.com and follow along on Twitter at Wise Advice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello there. Welcome to episode 36 of Wise Advice. Wanted to give a big shout out to all you out there and just, man, thank you for the support. It's truly an honor to walk with you in this journey. And the emails that I get in, I got to tell you, I get a lot of fun emails. I print them, I stack them in a thing, I sort through them, kind of group them together, and my intent is that when I mention your email on the air here, I will get an email back to you. I haven't been super good at that, but that's what I'm going to start working on. So if you've got an email in the queue, you should at some point get an email back from me linking you to what episode. But having a lot of fun, getting a lot of great feedback saying you're listening and where you're listening and you're out on a walk. You're commuting to work, and all that stuff, it just keeps me wanting to do this. Keeps me wanting to make a difference. And I got some exciting news to share. I got an email today at work, and I've been invited to speak to a group of people who are near and dear to my heart. There's a camp, there's a group of folks who are here and for training, and they're all at a point, all of them military. They're all at a point where they're struggling with their fitness. Every single one of them, they're in the same scenario that I was in, and I have an opportunity later next month to go speak to them and to share my story with them and hope to ignite some sort of motivation, and then have them ignite their own discipline to get it done. And man, I really wish I had that opportunity when I was struggling. I wouldn't have had to struggle for so many years. As an Air Force guy trying to pass my PT test. So it's a true honor to have that opportunity. And I tell you, an opportunity like that only comes because of you guys out there, continuing to encourage me, and you got me to goal, and you continue to support me in this show and can support me in all the endeavors that I do. And all of that has given me the opportunity to have this stage and to say, you know what, I really want to reach out. I really want to help. And so when that email came into my inbox today, man, it lit me up. And to have an opportunity to talk to 30 people, specifically who are in the scenario I was in with my military career, not knowing if I was going to be able to continue. And to be able to have that opportunity to talk to them is going to be such an honor. And I'll certainly keep you posted on this, on the progress of that. But man, that's super, super exciting. So very cool. I just want to also continue to thank you for sharing everything. I see on Connect quite a bit. It's hard to reply on Connect, as you know, but I see quite often that you're tagging me and you're sharing the episode with folks out there who need to hear the message and could benefit from hearing the message. And so I continue to appreciate that. Your likes, your comments, your shares, whether in Connect, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever they are, it really is appreciated to help this show grow so that we reach an audience and we really together are changing lives. And just from Twitter, Laurie writes in, sends a tweet and says, real simple, just found you on Connect and now listening to your podcast. I'm down 26 pounds and it's not by accident. So Laurie, good job. Thanks for the tweet. It's always fun and exciting to see those things come in. And so I'm going to tweet back out to you, but that's just really, really cool stuff. So congrats on the 26 pounds. And you're right, it's not by accident. How'd you do it, right? It was focus. It was discipline. And it was just your determination to want to do it. So keep with it. You've got it. 26 pounds is not easy. The fact that you've lost 26 pounds proves to me that you can lose however many more you want. It's just a matter of time. Very cool there. Victoria writes in. Victoria comes in and says, hello, my name is Victoria. I just subscribed to you. I'm inspired to continue on this journey. I've been on for a year now. My question for you is, did you do simply filling or did you do the traditional tracking? Well, Victoria, I'm a traditional tracker. I understand the simply filling plan. I get it. It makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways, but I believe you can still do simply filling and you can still overeat. My addiction, my food issues all stemmed from me overeating. So even if it's an approved food, I would still have the inability to recognize the hunger signals and stop when I was full. So I had to rely on the actual tracking. The tracking is what kept me accountable. It kept me knowing, and it taught me how to understand food portions better. And more than anything, it taught me that I can stop eating without having that overfull or full feeling. And if I stop eating when I'm out of points, even if I'm not full, it doesn't take long, 5-10 minutes later, for I'm completely content. So the amount of food that I can eat right now and sustain life is significantly different than what I've eaten before. And simply filling for me, I don't think would have taught me that. Now, of course, there's plenty of people. If you go to Connect and do hashtag Simply Filling, there's plenty of people following the plan, doing quite well. I've seen people break plateaus switching to Simply Filling. I think a lot of that comes from just them, refocusing their efforts on tracking. But I also know a lot of it comes from just, being able to enjoy the program. So the key is, it doesn't matter if it's Simply Filling or if it's traditional tracking. The key is, what can you sustain? What drives your why? You have a why and why you're doing this, and whatever it takes to make sure that why stays at the top of your mind, the how doesn't matter. The how never matters. The how shows up when you learn your why. If you focus on your why and you keep there, that's how you're going to get to goal. So regardless of Simply Filling or traditional tracking, both are proven to work. And like we've said before, everything works. There isn't a program out there that doesn't work if the people follow it, if you follow it exactly as it was designed and you stick with it. That's what this is about. So find one that you can work into your entire lifestyle for the rest of your life and go get it done. Shannon writes in and she says, "Hello, really enjoy your podcast. Keep up the good work." Well, thank you. I love the frequency and the length. I don't have local meetings available, so I get encouragement by listening to what you have to say. A few episodes ago, you mentioned your focus during the weight loss part of your journey so you could get to goal and start the maintenance part of the program. I am intrigued by that concept and would like to hear more about what that means to you. When I think of my weight loss in those terms, it does help. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just floundering around, tracking, going over daily points here and there, and it feels like forever until I get to goal. I've lost 10 pounds, which is 5% since January, with 40 to go to get the goal. I work out by doing what I love, swimming and spinning, so exercise does not feel like a chore. I've lost the weight before, but of course the struggle has always been to keep it off. I think I'll be a Weight Watcher for life, and so thanks again, Shannon. Shannon, I completely agree. I will be a Weight Watcher for life as well. And so when we talk about, for me, when I talk about, the difference between hurry up and getting to goal, and then starting a maintenance portion, I firmly believe that there are two distinct chapters in this journey. I think they're related. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two. But as I talked about yesterday, I needed, which would be episode 35, I needed the true concept of a finish line. I needed to get out there and say, I set a goal. I worked my tail off to get that goal, and I hit it. And I'm going to celebrate. I'm not going to celebrate with food. I'm going to celebrate with, mentally, and just cheer and just know that I accomplished something. It forced me to work very, very hard to get there. And as you know, that was 7 months ago, and I have not given up on my journey. I'm still doing very well 7 months post that. If I was willing to allow myself to not set a finish line for the weight loss version, how do you know when you get there? So for me, it was a simple decision of, I'm going to lose this weight as quick as possible. I'm going to follow the plan as best of my ability. And when I get there, I will then recognize that I'm at a place where I no longer want to lose weight. I do not want to lose a single pound anymore. Now that I'm there, I'm working on what that means. I'm working on how to maintain that. I'm working on how to stay grounded to that point. As I continue to do my strength training, my weight is going up a little bit in the strength training. My clothing size continues to go down, so I know I'm making changes. So it's not about the number on the scale for me anymore. It's about a look and a feel. And all of that developed in the second part of my journey. The first part of my journey is I had to get the weight off to celebrate so that I could move on with the rest of my goals. It's extremely important for you to set a secondary goal once you cross that finish line of weight loss. Because if you do not, it's super easy to revert back. As we lose weight, we continue to have the scale reward us. We got to find things in the second half of our journey that reward us the same way that the number on the scale was. So for me, those are my strength goals, my exercise goals, my feeling goals, my clothing sizes. All of those continue to remind me that I've done well on the program. I'll continue to do well on the program. So thanks for your question there, Shannon. A real good one. And I think I agree with you. I think the struggle here will always be that we have to do this for life. You can overeat on healthy food. You can overeat on all kinds of crazy things. If we're not focused on what we're doing, mindful to the process, we're going to be in danger. So again, thanks for the email. I could ask a couple favors for you too. If you could go into iTunes, click on subscribe. That's where you're going to get the feed pop up. Every time I put a new episode, you'll get an alert on your phone saying a new episode was out. Generally speaking, I'm going to record this daily, so it should pop up daily. But as you know, my schedule kind of goes crazy at times. So daily may not be daily. So it's best to get that alert when it pops up so that you know it's there. As you know, I got an app in development, so as soon as that app is released, I'll certainly push that out. I'll push it out through email first so you guys know it's there. So if you haven't subscribed to the fatdag.com newsletter, please do that. You'll be one of the first to know the app is available. So, and again, like I said, subscribe in iTunes is always good too, or wherever you get. I think we just finally released onto Stitcher Radio, so this should be on Stitcher in the next couple of days. But we're all over. Wherever you get your feed, we are. So send in your celebrations. Let's talk. Let's tell me how good you're doing. I want to hear about it. Go to fatdag.com, click on podcast, and you can also send them in via Twitter at Wise Advice. And that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight, getting healthy, has nothing to do with luck. You've got to remain disciplined. You've got to remain focused. Set your sights on your goals and go after it. I wish you good focus.